Hello everyone. So this is going to be an explanation of day 20. My recording messed up again, so I just should be recording after I've done it. So for today's puzzle, we need to find the amount of cheats that we can do if we can skip some amount of walls or some amount of steps. So for example, here, given this grid, and given that we can only skip 2 steps, which is essentially saying that we can go from here and here, so that means we can skip this to this step, which saves us 6 spots. And so what I did is I calculated all the distances from the ending. So essentially here would be 0, this would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 3, and so on until we get back to the start. And then I check between every single walkable square that is Manhattan distance of 2. So this would be a valid one, but this would not be valid because it's more than 2. And then I also check if we would save any by subtracting those ending distances and also subtracting by that distance and seeing if it's greater than, in this case, it's 100. One observation I made is that this is a one-track maze, and this is the same thing where it's all essentially the start to the end. There's only one path to get there, and so there's probably an optimization you can make with that, where you can just keep track of essentially at every single point. You can keep track of what would be faster. However, I don't do that, so technically this my algorithm would work for any maze given the given the distances. So part 2 is a pretty similar thing, except now we are doing every square that is less than 20. But because of my algorithm, it's already checking every single spot. It's checking between every single spot. It will now include spots that are less than or equal to 20 Manhattan distance. So if we go to the example here, now we can essentially go straight from the start to the end without any problems, because we could skip this entire block. And so, yeah, and like I said, because of my algorithm, it already essentially handles it for us. And so all I had to do was change the number that we're checking for from 2 to 20. And so that is it for day 20. I'll have a bit more of an explanation in my README. Both parts took about a minute to run, so obviously some room for improvement. But yeah, that is it for day 20.